Hello, welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. For this one it is Krakout, which was released by Gremlin Graphics in 1987. In fact, this came out the same month as Arkanoid, a conversion of that. So yeah, they were trying to cash in alright, but there are some differences. Now, the last game I reviewed was unbearably frustrating, and this really is not much of an improvement. Right, anyway, let's get a game underway. So, before we start, we have to configure it. So, which side do we want the bat on? Well, I'll keep it on the right for the moment. We can have either sound effects or music, but we can't have both. I'll have the music on for this go. I don't know what scrolling is, more to the point, if I try and select it, nothing happens, so there's no scrolling. Ball speed, yep, you can change the speed that the ball goes. I have enough trouble as it is. Mode, I haven't got a fut's clue what changing the mode does. I've never bothered before, so I won't reset the computer. And yes, you can actually control the speed that your bat goes. I have dual speed, so 3 or 5. What that means is that the bat goes at the same speed as the ball, but if you hold down fire, the bat will speed up to speed 5. But I usually keep forgetting to do that, or if I do try it, I overshoot and miss the fucking thing, so yeah, don't bother with that. Alright, let's get a game underway then. Would help if I press the right fucking key. So yes, the bit of variety that they have added here is that it's on its side. That is something I do a hell of a lot while playing this fucking game. Now the other differences are that although there are power-ups, they don't drop down. The ball will hit a brick, which will then reveal a power-up, and then you have to hit that brick again, and you get whatever the power-up is. There's one there. So that E, if I get that, it will extend. There you go, extend the bat. Unfortunately, it only extends it once. With the extended bat, it does make the thing rather easier. It doesn't make it easy. The game is anything but easy. It looks easy, but when you get things like that happening, it also fucking pisses you off. What doesn't help is that I didn't press fire then when the ball got launched. There we go. So anyway, we're on to level 2. So these silver bricks need to be hit twice. Oh, you fucking cunt. But well, I'll show you the whole game really. There's not really much else to say about it. It's despite, you know, the being on its side, being, you know, trying to make that, you know, a variation over Arkanoid. The game is so clearly trying to cash in on the popularity of Arkanoid, especially as Arkanoid was, you know, released in the same month as this. This was actually more expensive. Arkanoid cost $8.95 or $8.99, whatever, and this cost $9.99. So you were paying an extra quid for the cash-in, not the actual official game. And now the fucking ball's speeding up. I don't think I've had a single fucking power-up yet on this level. I did not press fire then. Now the chances of me hitting that last brick are pretty much zero. Told ya. Alright, now this level is unbelievably difficult. I've actually lasted longer than I usually do. Normally I hit one brick and then that's it, the ball goes straight out. Yeah, you hit those things that are flying down and your bat stops. So when, you know, the bat is... Fuck off. When the bat is heading towards an area where that, whatever the fuck it is flying straight back down, and therefore you can't do anything to avoid it, yeah, the game pisses you off. In fact, this game is extremely good at pissing you off, because some stupid fucking design issues like that one make it just ridiculously frustrating. Let's get another game underway. We'll do the sound effects this time. Off we go. So the sound effects are a bit weedy, but I must admit the music is not one of Ben Daglish's finest compositions. In some places it sounds like it's just completely out of tune. So I've got the E there, but I haven't got a fucking prayer of being able to hit the thing. It doesn't stay there indefinitely. You do have a limited amount of time to catch it. Well, I caught the other one instead. So there you go. So that one's now gone. Times 2 is a score times 2. It doesn't give you, you know, additional balls flying around or anything. Looks like I'm going to miss that one because I hit the E, which I don't need, and then the ball goes. I mean, I remember the special effects were extremely weedy, but fuck me, I didn't think they were this fucking bad. I mean, they really are, you know, absolutely fuck all. Do you think I might actually hit a fucking brick in a minute? There we go. How about the two together? Right, so now on to level 2. This level's a bit of a cunt. Well, all the levels are a bit of a cunt, really. It doesn't help that this level does not drop very many power-ups. And a lot of the time I am rather dependent on power-ups appearing. I have actually done better on this level than I thought I would, to put it mildly. But yeah, now I really do not rate my chances. That helps. But I get the feeling it's too little too late. Oh, I'm going to hit that fucking G, which I didn't want, because now the bat's gone back to its old size. I can catch the ball and release it wherever. Oh, there you go. Got away with that one. So I'm at level 3 again. So yeah, that thing that's like a fly there, if I hit it, which I almost couldn't avoid then yeah, the bat freezes and there is nothing you can do to you know, stop the ball going out. I'm guessing that grey brick there cannot be destroyed, so of course I launched the ball straight at it. Again, not a vast amount of power-ups here, and again that fucking thing has caused my bat to freeze, and now it's been hit again, so I cannot move, and now another one comes along and hits it, so I still can't fucking move. What? That is just beyond fucking cuntish, but there is fuck all you can do about it. Oh, you fucking shit smear. That was heading straight for it. So I've got one. But you just know that it's going to be game over with that one green one left. Come on. Oh, you fucking cunt. Alright, last life. I ain't gonna fucking get that brick though. That's about as close as it's gonna get. Oh, there you go. Right, how do we get fast here? Like that. Oh, you fucking piece of cunt. There you go, so game over. What a fucking shame. Alright, so let's get another game underway. This time we'll show, just show the bat on the left. I'm not as good with the bat on the left as I am on the right. No idea why, it's probably pure luck. But there we go. Alright, so let's get the game underway. Graphically, it's not quite as shit as that go was, but yeah, graphically it is quite forgettable. The Arkanoid being released the same month as this meant that this had to be graphically at least as good as Arkanoid, and it's not even close. The backgrounds are a bit messy, and in later levels when things get quite cluttered up, the backgrounds then become a real fucking pain in the arse. There's also things like the movement of the ball. The ball sort of like, it doesn't actually move like a solid ball, it moves more like a fucking helium-filled balloon. Whether it's bouncing off the bat or bouncing off the bricks, it just doesn't feel like it's an actual solid object. It's just floating around more than anything. So the ball movement is fucking shit, I think. In terms of audio, this music is not say one of Ben Daglish's finest moments. In fact, it's pretty terrible piece of music, and say in places it just sounds like an out of tune fucking noise. The sound effects, if you have them instead, are extremely sort of like weedy and rather pathetic, which means that they do rather suit the game, because the way the game performs it's all very sort of weedy and pathetic, and it's just nothing impressive about it at all. Which I suppose then goes on the gameplay. The gameplay, it just does not grab you. Not that long ago I reviewed Traz, which was that unique of sort of gaming titles, a game by Cascade that was actually okay. And although that was not as good as Arkanoid, or particularly Revenge of Doe, which came along later, it's certainly better than this. Of all these sort of like Arkanoid and Breakout sort of clones and rip-offs and what have you that was around at the time, this is the weakest of the lot, by quite a distance actually. It just is not much fun to play at all. It looks okay until it starts moving, say with your helium-filled balloon instead of a ball. I think the ball's too big as well. That's another problem. That probably is another reason why the movement just does not look right. The way the power-ups are done, I think, is awful. You know, having to hit the same brick twice to get a power-up. I hate the way that some of the alien things that are moving around causes your bat to freeze if you hit them with the bat, because 9 times out of 10 there is nothing you can do to avoid hitting them. You know, you either, you know, if you try to avoid hitting the alien thing that's coming down at you, then you miss the ball as well. So, you know, what are you going to do? Lose a life straight away, or lose a life a few seconds later because you can't fucking move? So, yeah, that part of the game is dreadful, as is the power-up selections. So there is an awful lot wrong with it, and very, very little right with it. So what do I give it? Well, it's not the worst game I've played, but I have played far better. So I have a feeling, yeah, I have to still get that brick again, even though all it's doing is giving me a power up, which is cuntish. I've done the level effectively. See, now I've done the level. There, that's just bollocks. To say to that. So yeah, I was gonna give the rating, wasn't it? I give this 4 out of 10. Frankly, I think I'm being a bit generous there, but okay, yeah, 4 out of 10 for Krakout. Oh, you fucking sack of cunt. That's game over. There you go. That's alright. That means I don't have to play this shit anymore. So there you go. Krakout from Gremlin Graphics for the Commodore 64. Just stick with Arkanoid. Better yet, stick with Revenge of Doe. That's the best of the Breakout clones. It's certainly a lot better than this fucking thing. So 4 out of 10. That brings this review to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.